Morning Show starts now.
It's 6:32 and we're taking a
Look
live
how pretty
look.
that is.
Very nice. This is our Earth Cam in Bermuda.
Wow.
It's nice right now. Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised that it's nice there now. I would be very surprised if it was still nice there like on Thursday as Tropical Storm Earl is heading that way. And even if it doesn't go right near Bermuda, it's going to be close enough where there's going to be all kinds of different looking images coming there. Thursday, Friday could be a pretty busy time. But that's Bermuda, not here. Here we're going to be just fine. Nothing tropical to talk about except all that tropical moisture. I hope you're ready for more rain in the forecast.
Say it ain't so wrong.
But not till later this week. I think we might even have some brighter and drier to look forward to today and tomorrow, which would be nice. Nice little change, right? Maybe a little more blue in the sky. Temperatures starting off between 72 and 75 right now. Live Oak's at 72, Perry's at 73, Valdosta and Tallahassee are at 74. I don't see much on the radar picture. Maybe a sprinkle or two on the other side of the hook. Not very much across our parts of Appalachia Bay or the Gulf, and I do think what we're going to find for most of us today is going to be a little bit more sunshine, a lot of humidity, morning temperatures in those low to mid 70s, afternoon numbers likely up over 90. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see a bunch of low to mid 90s. Plus it's going to be really humid today and fewer showers to knock those temperatures down, so think cool thoughts. Got lots to break down with that forecast, including rain chances going up this weekend and all that activity in the tropics. I'll get to it in just a couple of minutes.
We begin in Tallahassee, where workers at 2 coffee shops are saying they've had enough. The group's protesting yesterday what they say are unfair working conditions. A Starbucks on North Monroe and Serenity Coffee and Kava Bar in Railroad Square, both on strike. Savannah Kelly has that story.
Back in May, this Starbucks location became the first in Florida to form a union. Now workers here say Starbucks is punishing them, withholding raises last month, which employees say cost them more than $5,000.
It's not just about the coffee, it's also about the people behind the counter. 2
separate Tallahassee coffee shops.
No contract,
no coffee. On the same mission this Labor Day.
It's a fight that we're going to keep fighting.
Going on strike.
We just said, you know what, we're not gonna come in. We can't take the mistreatment anymore.
Workers at Serenity Coffee and Kava Bar say they're overworked and underpaid. They're demanding their manager hire more staff.
We really don't want to open until our demands are met.
3 miles north, dozens of Starbucks customers shocked to find out their favorite spot is shut down for the day.
I was really surprised to see this.
Workers at the John Knox location saying Starbucks withheld raises from employees for a month to punish them for forming a union. They're demanding Starbucks give them retroactive pay to make up for it.
We put love into your coffee, and we also put effort and time, and we love our jobs. That's why we're doing this.
They say it's not just about the money, but also about the message that workers can and should stand up for themselves.
And we're getting people talking about these issues nationwide, not just here, everywhere. This is a huge moment in the labor movement.
Starbucks workers say they'll be back serving customers after today's strike, but employees at Serenity Coffee told me they're not sure yet whether they'll be clocking in to work tomorrow. In Tallahassee, Savannah Kelly, WCTV Eyewitness News.
All right, now it's 6:36. The Big Bend Labor Council spending their Labor Day supporting homeless veterans and their families, packing a truck full of donations at the American Legion Hall. Capital City correspondent Mike Rogers was there with a look at who'll receive the much-needed items.
Well, this truck behind me is filled with 100 bags of non-perishable food items and tents for the homeless community here in the Big Bend. This year, the mission, getting food out to the homeless community. The stocked U-Haul on its way to the Big Bend Homeless Coalition with the help of some 20 volunteers Monday morning. The Big Bend Labor Council holding their day of labor to support the homeless and homeless veterans. Last year's biggest need, shelter and hygiene equipment. This year, food. Representing labor unions in 7 different counties throughout the Big Bend, volunteers giving their time to give back.
They're in need of what any homeless person might need, food and shelter, and that's what we try to provide them. Whether, the Homeless Coalition, the Big Bend Homeless Coalition does a lot, and they know that community. We've worked with them for quite a while, and so they ask us, they tell us what they need, and we try to go out and get it.
Big Bend Labor Council President Sean Willett says it's the least they can do to make the lives of the homeless and homeless veterans easier. The Support Services for Veteran Families believes this will serve over 100 homeless veterans and their families. In Tallahassee, Mike Rogers, WCTV Eyewitness News.
And the donations will go to the Big Bend Homeless Coalition for distribution.
All right, so if you have salmon in your freezer, you might want to take a look at the brand name before eating it. St. James Smokehouse announced a voluntary recall of its smoked salmon. The FDA says the food might be tainted with listeria. The recalled salmon was distributed to stores in 10 states, including Florida. As of last week, no related illnesses have been reported. We have this story on our website with a link to more info from the FDA. In national news, school starts back up this morning in Uvalde, Texas, more than 3 months after a gunman murdered 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School. The school district, which has taken heavy criticism since the mass shooting, has been working to improve security.
Yeah, but not all the changes are going to be ready in time. Parents in the community nervous about the return to class. Lee Waldman reports.
You want me to go to your schools, right?
Yes.
I don't know how long that will last.
That was 1 week ago. Caitlin Gonzalez, a Uvalde CISD student, expressing hesitation and concern over returning to class just a few months after her best friend and 20 others died at Robb Elementary. One day before school starts, that feeling is radiating through adults, too.
I would make sure they stay home and get homeschooled or do something, but not until the campuses are secure and safe. Should anyone, not even the teachers, be allowed to come back?
Uvalde native Irene Santos says she is not confident in the fencing installed at Dalton Elementary and Uvalde Elementary. Father of 3 students, Anson Bills, is more concerned that Flores Elementary has not received the same 8-foot fencing. His youngest son, Adam, was supposed to attend Flores this year.
Flores doesn't have a fence. Flores doesn't have anything.
The district's website shows fencing is in progress at only 3 of the 8 UCISD campuses. No change from last week. It's the same for the secured vestibules. Bills has decided to move Adam to the virtual academy. He's confident in the decision after assurances from his teacher.
She's told every parent that. She wants to make sure that this runs smoothly as possible.
You can see behind me, the troopers are conducting training so they know exactly what their roles will be as kids head back. While DPS won't share what their troopers training will include, UCISD emailed parents to say none of the 33 troopers stationed at schools this year were at Robb on May 24th. No one can say what Tuesday will hold for students and their families, but throughout the community, there is a hope for the best.
Tomorrow will be another day, and we'll all pray for Uvalde.
The Houston Texans will host the Uvalde High School football team and wear Uvalde Strong decals on their helmets when they open the season this Sunday against Indianapolis. Earlier this year, the team donated $400,000 to a Robb Elementary fund. The team's owners also visited Uvalde and hosted a football camp for their opening game, which Uvalde won.
Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
So our 24-hour temperature cast wants to get those numbers climbing maybe a little bit faster and a little bit farther today. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see some middle 90s mixed in. They're going to have a lot more numbers in the low and mid 70s tomorrow. I don't see as much activity on the radar this morning. I don't expect as much this afternoon, and maybe tomorrow we can hang on to slightly drier air. Now I'm saying not as many showers. I'm not saying no showers. There still will be some. Most of the temperatures that get us started though between 72 and 75 got that real tight grouping, and I expect the same kind of setup for us tomorrow morning and really the next couple of mornings. Today, if there's a breeze that we notice, it'll be from the west. Also, one of those reasons why that sort of limits some of the afternoon shower potential. I do see some fog out there. Spots like Live Oak, the visibility is down near 2 miles. Now, on the satellite radar composite picture, there's not a lot going on, but there's also not a lot of change going on. Upstairs in the atmosphere, we are still stacked up with all kinds of moisture. Got high pressure off the Atlantic coast. Got some lower pressure over parts of Texas. It's going to sort of get cut off from the main flow, and between the two, we're going to be just scooping in all that moisture stacked all the way through the atmosphere. And while I don't expect to increase those rain chances today or tomorrow because there's not enough going on at the surface to help wring that moisture from the clouds, there's going to be so much moisture when we do get some help at the surface starting Thursday and maybe lasting all the way through the upcoming weekend. We could be in for not just scattered showers, but some periods of rain. Maybe some heavy rains, maybe some flooding possibilities. So lots to watch towards the end of the week. Now, the tropics are still active. There's some new energy coming off the coast of Africa we'll keep our eyes on. It's likely going to curl to the north. Danielle is still up there. Earl is still out there. And if we watch Tropical Storm Earl as it gets closer towards Bermuda by Thursday night or Friday, that could be a pretty strong hurricane by the time it gets near that tiny island nation. But that big bubble of high pressure off the U.S. East Coast means Earl's not going to get any closer to the United States. On the Gulf close to home, winds start northeast, end up onshore light, 5 to 12 seas, 2 feet or less. Not bad for the boaters at all today. Got the rain chances around 30% early, more like 40% later. 70s become 90s. I think there still will be some showers, just not as many. It will be very, very humid and staying warm. Tonight, we'll go with more muggy, partly cloudy, and lots of low to mid 70s. Here's that forecast over the next 7 days. Today, tomorrow, I'm going to keep the rain chances average, minimal. Maybe the afternoon pop-up storm here and there, but much better chances to get downright wet starting Thursday and maybe lasting all weekend.
Don't go anywhere. We're heading into the Publix kitchen to learn how to make buttermilk biscuits and sausage gravy. You don't want to miss it.